What is up, my lovelies? Welcome back to the Change Your Story podcast. I'm your host and transformation coach, Hannah Dawson. For those of you that are new here, welcome. I'm so excited to be in your ears today, in your mind today. My hope and my prayer is just that, this episode helps you shift the way that you see yourself to really help you build a fit mind, a fit body, and a fit life. You guys, everything that we talk about today is in the show notes, including a 7-day free trial to the Fit Club app. If you don't know what the Fit Club app, it is my all-in-one female transformation platform to help you build a fit mind, a fit body, and a fit life with everything from workouts to meal plans to recipes to mindsets to journals to community, everything to help you build an amazing relationship with yourself. So make sure you check out those show notes below. And to all my new listeners that have tuned in today, maybe you found this by accident, maybe a friend shared this with you, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for being here. You know, I'm just so grateful that, out of any podcast you've chosen to listen to, it is the Change Your Story. And I can promise you, by the time you're done this episode today, you're going to see things differently. You're going to see yourself differently. You're going to see yourself in a new light. And that is the beginning to transformation, because transformation literally comes from seeing things differently, right? It comes from a shift in our perception and our perspective. And I'm just so excited to be here with you today. Today, I am sharing something that has been on my heart and my mind from all the amazing women that I get to coach, and including the Fit Club and my one-on-ones, and including our Change Your Food Story mentorship. I am seeing a common theme, and I want to address that theme. I want to address this story that I see a lot of women struggle with, and maybe that is you today too. So, without further ado, let's get into this episode, you guys. Quickly, if you haven't yet, my biggest ask, my biggest gratitude would be if you could rate and review the podcast. This is how other women find it that are just like you. So you just have to go to the homepage, you scroll to the bottom, hit those 5 stars. You can leave a little comment, little review, little question, whatever you want. You don't have to, you could just hit the stars. But I would be so grateful if you could do that. But let's get into this episode today. So, like I said, you guys, I have been seeing a common theme, a common story with almost all women. And you know what? This isn't just coming from women I coach. This is even from myself, an own personal story from my own journey on my health and fitness journey, and just with my relationship with myself. And you know, something that I want to start with right now is like the distance between where you are now and where you want to be. It's really important to understand this. And this is what I see with a lot of women. We have a goal, right? We have this goal. And then there is where we are currently at. And so, what I want to say is the distance between where you are today and where you want to be isn't found in the future. That version of you isn't in the future. It is found in the choices that you make today. Every choice, ladies, is a vote for the woman that you are becoming. See, like I said in the beginning, that transformation doesn't happen someday. It happens now, right? The distance isn't between now and the future and 6 months from now. The distance is in between the next thought that you choose to think, the next word you choose to speak, the next action you choose to take. You see, a lot of the time we think, our body is the problem, right? It's our body, it's our age, it's our hormones, it's our lack of time, right? We think that those are the reason we can't get to where we want to be. That there's some issue with those things, that if those things would be fixed, then it would be easier to get to that goal, right? But the problem has never been those things. It's never been your age, your hormones, or maybe the diagnosis, or your time, or the things that we tell ourselves, or food, or metabolism, or maybe it's menopause, or All of the things, you know your thing. The problem is the story that you've been telling yourself about those things. Girl, oh, if I could just get this in your heart. It is your beliefs about those things. If you knew how powerful your subconscious mind is, your programming is, I've said this 1,000 times. We don't rise to that goal, that what we want. We will always default to what we believe. And if we believe that those things are our stumbling blocks, if we believe that those things are the reason why, they'll always be the reason why. Because the story that you believe, your brain will continue looking for evidence to prove that it's true, right? If your story is, I can't because I'm too busy, your brain will find proof that you're too busy. Life will find proof. What you look for, you will find proof of. I'm too old. Your brain finds proof. My hormones make it impossible. Your brain finds proof. The story is what has to change first. The story has to change first. Here's the thing. Neuroscience calls it the RAS, reticular activating system. Psychology calls it confirmation bias. Whatever you believe will be what you see, and will be what you find confirmation to. So I'll use this as an example. You want a car, you start seeing it everywhere because you told your mind it was important. So what you tell yourself, you will start seeing. It's confirmation bias. If you believe that it's your age, if you believe that it's your time, you're too busy, you never have time, life will show you proof of that. It's the story that you believe, not actually, here's the funny thing. I'm going to kind of go down a rabbit hole and I'll bring us back. It's that when you start making time for yourself, time starts making time for you. I don't know how many times I've heard women say, have all these excuses. And, you might get offended when I say that, but they are excuses. Sometimes they feel like facts. Sometimes they feel like reasons, or we call them reasons why we can't. But when you start making time for yourself, when you actually start doing the things, how many times have I heard women go, wow, I have so much more time. Like, how was I so busy before? See, a lot of the time, busyness is just the way we avoid ourselves. We fill up our time with a lot of useless time leaks. But once we start getting intentional with our time, we actually start having way more time than we had before. The more organized, the more we start prioritizing ourselves, the more energy we start having. When we felt depleted before, and we're like, how can I work out? I don't have energy. And then you work out and now you have more energy. You're like, I don't have time. Getting up early is hard for me. You start getting up earlier, and then you start having more energy and more time later on. And then you actually start going to bed earlier, and you start feeling better, and you start feeling more balanced. You start eating better, and you stop having those crashes and the binges. And before, you used to think that you would binge all the time and you couldn't control your emotions around food, and every life was just happening to you. And all of a sudden you start taking control of your life. You start meal prepping. You're like, wait, I'm not crashing. I don't feel like I'm on this binge restrict cycle. Like, things get better, right? Your brain will actually start finding proof of more of that. The more you prioritize yourself, your brain starts finding proof of, yeah, oh, here's where you have more time, or here's where you can do this, or it's all a mindset, ladies. Okay, back from the rabbit hole. Something that I really want to say here, and this is kind of the heart of the message, is achievement doesn't create identity, okay? I know most women believe that when I lose the weight, that I'll be confident. So it's like we get into this achievement, right? Like, just do it perfectly, just go all out, because once I arrive there, then things will magically be easier and I'll feel a certain way. When I get fit, I'll be disciplined, when I lose the weight, I'll be confident. When I reach my goal, then I'll be finally that version of her and I'll be so happy. But here's the issue with this, is when we do this, we are doing things backwards, because you've been doing this. That's why you yo-yo, right? Here's the thing, that version of yourself, she's not found in achievement. She's not found in the future. She's found in embodiment. There's a difference. She's not found in achievement. She's found in embodiment. Why? Because we don't chase her. If you chase her, you'll be stuck on the yo-yo, which you already have. You've already been on that freaking roller coaster ride, and that's why you're exhausted and you feel sick. Literally. Like, enough of the roller coaster. Just get off. Get off of it. Get off that hamster wheel and stop chasing the cheese. If you just got off the hamster wheel, you could just grab the piece of cheese, right? It's not found in achievement. It's found in embodiment. You don't become her when you arrive. You become her every time that you choose her. It's a choice. Stop chasing. Start choosing. You have to ask yourself, what would that version of me choose right now? She's not found there. She's found right now. Not tomorrow, not Monday, not when life settles down, not after the trip, not after the honeymoon, not after the illness or sickness or the thing that's taken you away. She's found right now. Because if you always believe that she is somewhere in the future, you'll spend you spend your entire life chasing someone you are supposed to become today. Here's the thing. The process is the transformation. Something that I have personally experienced myself, and I've been there. So I'm speaking to myself right now, but I'm also speaking to the women that I get to work with on a daily basis. Is you think the transformation happens at the finish line. You think it's the before and after photo. It doesn't happen there. The process is the transformation. The transformation is right now. It's every workout you choose to do. It's every meal you choose to eat or not eat. It's every hard conversation you decide to have. It's the boundary that you set. It's every time that you don't quit on yourself. You don't abandon yourself. It's keeping every promise you said you would do and only focusing on today. It's getting up every time you fall down. That's how transformation happens. Here's the thing. Life is training you. Life's interruptions are your barbell. This is the power. This is when you understand this and you actually apply this, it's like we don't get stronger by, looking at the workout program. We get stronger by lifting the weight. That's how we get stronger. It's the resistance. It's the resistance. It's the load on the muscle. It's pushing through. And it's usually not the first couple reps that make us stronger. It's probably the last 2 to 3 when you start to slow down, when things start to feel like, oh my goodness, they start to feel heavy, right? Life's interruptions are your barbell. They help build your strength. How many times have you tried to do your fitness journey and life throws things at you? Yeah? That is not to stop you. That's actually a sign to build you. Life's interruptions build your mental strength. I'm not just talking about the hard things. I'm talking about the fun things, celebrations, vacations. And we do have the hard things, illnesses, stress, heartbreaks, busy seasons. Those moments aren't taking you away from becoming her. They're not taking you away from your goal. Those moments are giving you the opportunity to practice becoming her, to practice being her, to practice choosing her. They're actually for you. They're there to pull out of you what is in you, right? Diamonds are made from pressure. Those things that are within you, they come out of you when life challenges you. That future version of yourself, she doesn't just have the body. You want the body, you want to feel amazing. Yes. She doesn't, that future version of you doesn't just have the body. She has the body because she has the mindset. Are you getting where I'm going with this? She has the mindset. She has the habit. She has the confidence. She has the self-trust. She built those things because she kept choosing herself when life wasn't easy. It was when life was hard. She stopped abandoning herself every time things got uncomfortable. Every time life had the celebrations or on the other end of the spectrum, the illnesses, right? She didn't abandon herself. She keeps choosing herself. Not perfectly, but consistently. Here's the thing, life is going to throw you curveballs. It is a given. And here's the thing, every time you duck life's curveballs, you're going to stand up and get another one. It's not about avoiding the curveballs. It's not when life settles down that you can work on yourself. It's learning to choose to get up, get your bat, and get ready for that curveball and hit it. That's what it's about. The question isn't, will life get hard? The question is, who will I choose to be when it does? Pick up the bat, right? Pick up the bat. She asks, that version of yourself picks up the bat, and then she asks, how can I still choose myself today? Maybe today's choice is going to look a little bit different than yesterday's. Maybe it's a walk instead of a workout, meal prep instead of perfection, 5 minutes of breathing, going to bed early, drinking water, choosing progress instead of giving up, progress instead of perfection. Practice makes progress. Maybe each day you can see choosing yourself as practice. Maybe each day life's little interruptions are your chance to grab your bat and practice hitting those curveballs. You might miss, you might get hit. It's okay. You're just going to keep getting up to that. I don't know what it's called when batters get up to the thing. I should know this. Giving an analogy, but I don't know what. To the base, to the whatever. Grabbing your bat and looking at it and hitting it. Choosing yourself. Choosing yourself daily. Transformation, ladies, is built in those small choices, right? It's choosing yourself in those moments. Not like these big, huge things. It's the small things. It's how you get up in the morning. It's what you do when you get up in the morning. It's, practicing gratitude. It doesn't have to be huge. It could be for your coffee. It could be prayer or meditation. It could be breath work. It could be all of the above. It could be in the morning planning your meals, inputting them into MyFitnessPal, seeing where you are at with your nutrition. Am I getting what I need? Not, am I, restricting or making sure I'm not eating, making sure I'm eating enough. Maybe it's going for a walk, getting outside, clearing your mind. A lot of these things could be habit stacked. You could go for a walk. You could do prayer and meditation while you walk and gratitude, right? You could do breath work. You could go combine some of these, right? It's recognizing that you are choosing her by doing these because she has the body because she built the mind, right? Not the other way around. If you try to build the body without building the mind, what happens when you build your house on sand and the storms come? It collapses. She finds a steady, sturdy ground and she digs and she builds her foundation, right? It's choosing to do a workout that builds your muscles, because when we build our muscles, we strengthen our body, we strengthen our health, our longevity, our vitality, right? It helps us feel better mentally, physically, spiritually. Again, it's maybe journaling, it's deciding to go in, it's learning to tap in instead of tap out. I did a whole podcast series on this, and I'll always use this. You will always constantly tap out. That's when we self-sabotage. That's when we numb out. That's when we try to escape. That's when we avoid. That's when we use busyness. That's called tapping out. And the best way to avoid tapping out or to lessen the impact or the impact of when we tap out is by tapping in first. It's by checking in with ourselves, because self-relationship is built by you spending time with yourself. It's by checking in with yourself. It's by being present in your body. Little choices, repeated daily. These are little choices that you choose to make daily. That's you choosing her in this day, daily, right? It's not in these big catastrophic moments. It's right now. It's choosing to listen to this podcast. That's a part of you choosing her. That's amazing. It's about listening to this podcast and going, what spoke to me? Whoa, that's what I needed to hear. Taking that, meditating on that, and thinking about that and applying that, not just hearing it, not letting it go in one ear and out the other, but how can I implement this right now, today, right? You've already checked one thing off the list. You've filled up your mind. Now go and move your body. Now go and nourish your body. Now say something different. Who came to your heart and your mind when you were listening to this? Go share it with that, right? It's embodiment, ladies. Here's the thing, you become her by little choices that you make every day. Your transformation isn't waiting for you at the end of the finish line. It isn't in a year from now or 6 months from now. It's actually right now. And it's recognizing the power of the present moment right now to choose yourself. It's waiting for you in your next choice. Your transformation is waiting for you in the next choice that you decide to make. Remember, you don't become her by chasing her. You become her by choosing her again and again and again. So maybe today isn't the day that your body changes, right? Maybe today is the day that your story changes. Because the moment that your story changes, your choices will begin to change. And when your choices change consistently, your life will start to change. So stop asking, how far left do I have to go? Or when will it happen? Or if it doesn't happen by this date, I'm giving up on myself. Stop saying that. Instead, I want you to start asking yourself, who can I choose to be today? That version of myself, maybe right now you're only focused on aesthetics. That's okay. Then what does she do? Right? What does she do? How does she move her body? How does she fuel? Because you're not going to have a six pack and those tight buns from not doing anything, from not fueling yourself properly, from not lifting the weights, from not challenging yourself. Then go and do that. If it's your self-esteem or your energy that you're struggling with, she doesn't get energy by complaining. She goes for a walk. She plugs into something. She talks nice to herself. She goes and does the workout to activate the energy within her. The distance between who you are and who you are becoming has never been measured in time. It is measured in the choice that you make right now. One choice, one day, one story at a time. Until one day you look back and realize you didn't find her. You didn't need to chase her. You chose her. You became her. That's it. Well, my lovely girls, if this episode spoke to you, I want you to share it with another woman who needs to hear it, right? If it lit your heart up, it's going to light someone else's heart up. If you needed to hear it, I can guarantee you have 3 people in your life that need to hear it. Go and share it. And if you are ready to stop chasing your transformation and start living it, I would love to coach you inside the Fit Club app. If you are not already in the Fit Club app, you get a 7-day free trial. So everything I talk about, everything I teach, whatever you need, if you need to understand more about nutrition, we have the Fit Fuel School or Nutrition School inside that. If you need workouts, Pilates, coaching, support, meal plans, recipe ideas, you want to work on your mindset and self-relationship, all of that is within the Fit Club app. So join us. See all the show notes and the links below. And remember, a fit life isn't built by becoming someone else. It is built by finally becoming yourself. That's it. That's all. Until next time, keep changing your story. Bye for now.